morning everybody. Today we will be doing dividend decision. Okay, so first of all you should be understanding the meaning of dividend. And dividend is what? The residual portion of the profit which is purely meant for distributing among the shareholders. That is dividend. Okay, or you can say that remaining part of the profit which is only for shareholders for their dividend purposes. Okay, so that is dividend, and this dividend decision has to be taken by the finance manager very wisely, because it shows that if the dividend is more, then it reflects that the profit volume is more in the company. If dividend is less, then it shows that there is less profit in the company. Okay, so and the reputation will be like that only. If there is more dividend declaration, that means the reputation of the firm is good, and if there is less dividend declaration, that means that there will be less reputed companies. It will reflect like that. Okay, so dividend decision, you just refer your book also for your meaning to understand the concept. Now we see that before taking the dividend declaration decision by the finance manager, the finance manager has to take this much of factors in their mind while distributing the dividend. Okay, now see, first of all, amount of earning. Now that finance manager has to think about how much the company is earning. Okay, what is the capacity of earning by the company. So if the earning is good, then definitely that finance manager can declare higher amount of dividend. Okay, if the earning is not good, then the finance manager has to think about declaration of the less dividend. Okay, another one is stability of earning. Now see, all the shareholders, they want regularly the same amount of dividend, isn't it? But in this case, what will happen? Sometimes the company may not earn the same amount of profit, so that there will be that earning will be less, and then there won't be any stability of declaration of dividend, isn't it? So in that case, what the finance manager will do? He will only think about the capacity of earning, how much he can make the stable dividend, so that the shareholders will also happy, isn't it? So stability of earning is another factor. Now comes stability of dividend. The finance manager will think about to distribute the same amount of dividend, because if the same amount of dividend will be declared every year, the shareholders will be happy and they will not switch over to the another company. Again, they will be more encouraged for making reinvestment in the company. Okay, stability means same amount of dividend. Now comes growth opportunities. Now see, growing companies, they prefer making more investment in their projects for their flourishment, for their expansion of the business, isn't it? Now see, growth opportunities, if they have more, then they pay less amount of dividend, but if the company will not have growth opportunities, then they can declare higher amount of dividend. Now comes cash flow position. This is also another factor. See, cash flow position is plays the vital role, because dividend declaration only means it is cash flow. The cash is going out of the company, isn't it? So if their cash position is not good, or there won't be any possibility of more inflows of cash, then they cannot declare higher amount of dividend, isn't it? So company which are having cash flow, good cash flow, then they can declare higher amount of dividend. Or you can also think about the operating cycle, where there is, in the operating cycle, if they have got a longer period of operating cycle, then they cannot have the good amount of cash inflow. So in that case, they can pay less amount of dividend, isn't it? Now another point is shareholders preference. Now the company, the management team, the finance manager, they will call the shareholders, they invite the shareholders in the annual general meeting, and to understand about the preference, isn't it? What they prefer, either they want to get the regular income, or they want to get the higher dividend in some of the year, and then like that. So the company wants to know about the preference and interest of the shareholders while distributing the dividend. Then comes taxation policy. See, they have to see the tax policy also. If the company find that there is high amount of tax tax they have to pay for declaring the dividend, then they prefer giving the less amount of dividend because they need to pay the higher amount of tax to the taxation authorities, isn't it? So another, because in this case the shareholder does not have to pay any tax for receiving the dividend, only the company has to pay the what? That tax, isn't it? If they will pay the higher amount of dividend, that means they have to pay large amount of tax, isn't it? So they control themselves while declaring the dividend. Another one is stock market reaction. Now if the company is very good to the stock market, they have got good reputation, then if they declare the good amount of dividend, then they will have the good value of shares, isn't it? Automatically the shareholders will be increased if the company is paying more amount of dividend. So before declaring the dividend, the company wants to understand the reaction of stock market also. Okay. Another one is access to capital market. So how much they are feasible to the capital market. See, in the capital market, what kind of record the company will have, isn't it? Either the company can raise funds easily through the stock, the capital market or not, and isn't it? So if they can easily accessible to the capital market, then they can raise the funds easily so that they can declare the dividend easily in the to the shareholders. Okay. Another one is legal constraint. They have to follow the company's rules, legal provisions. What the Companies Act says that they have to follow while declaring the dividend. And the last one is contractual constraint. This is only temporary constraint which can be done by the bankers or some loan creditors. Okay, for they can make the objection while before declaring the dividend. If they get agreement from that bank loans, that bankers and all, then the company can declare dividend according to their choice. Okay. So these are the factors which affect the dividend decision, and this has to be taken into consideration by the finance manager. Now comes financial planning. This is very short. See, you know the planning meaning, isn't it? So what is to be done, how it is to be done, who is to do it, and where we stand for and where we want to reach. That is only the meaning of planning. Now you just put this financial, well, where how much funds we are having and how much we have to receive in the near future. Okay, so that kind of meaning you can make by yourself about financial planning. Now what for this financial planning is important? Twin objectives are there. These twin objectives which makes the whole meaning for the financial planning. First one is to ensure availability of funds whenever required, isn't it? So after doing the financial planning, so that there won't be any inadequate funds available in the company. Another one is to see that the firm does not raise resource unnecessarily. So which ensures that the funds will not be blocked unnecessarily. Whatever is required, that has to be raised by the company. So that is done by the financial manager. Okay. Thank you so much.